What's going on, everyone? Arcade here, bringing you guys a brand new video. Today I want to talk about the Tom Clancy Division. We just want to talk about this game is kind of taking like a complete fall. Like, this game was like extremely hyped up. It came out, everyone loved it, everyone played it, and then now, a few months later, no one touches it. It's a ghost of a game. It's not there anymore. So my question is, what happened to it? And I'm sure a lot of people's question is, what happened to the Division? And it's not like the Division is a bad game. It's not like the Division fell off in terms of, like, being a good game. What happened was the same thing that happened to the game similar to it. Destiny. With Destiny, the issue with Destiny is what? Lack of content. That's the same thing that's going on with the Division right now. The Division lacks content. The game isn't bad. People don't want to. It's not like people don't want to play the Division. It's just nothing to do. There's no content there. Just nothing to do in the Division. Like, you can sit in the dark zone all you want, and after a while you're gonna get bored. You can redo missions over and over again, do daily quests. After a while, that gets old. You don't want to do it again. The incursion, there's only one right now, and there's another coming out pretty soon. But once you do it like a couple times, you don't want to do it again. So there's a lack of content. Same thing with Destiny. Destiny has fallen off not because the gameplay isn't good, but because one, the story sucks, and two, there's no content. There's nothing to do. Once you do the strikes, there's nothing else to do. Once you do the raids, there's nothing else to do. Once you do all story missions, there's nothing else to do. There's no content. And this isn't like, an RPG like The Witcher or Skyrim, where you can replay the game over and over again and just re-experience what you love about the game and have different playthroughs that are branching and different from the one that you had before. This is a shooter. Both Division and Destiny are shooters. So, there is no changing of the story. There's no changing of the dialogue. It's going to be the way it was and the last time you played it to this time you play it. You can create as many characters as you want, but it's still going to be the exact same result. It's going to be the exact same thing, and there's just nothing else you can do. There is no replayability to the Division stories. There's no replayability to just, sitting there for 3 hours playing in a dark zone. The game has kind of died, and if it literally fell to the exact same fate that Destiny failed to. There's just nothing to do with the game. There's no content. It's empty. And it hurts me to think of that and say that, because I'm a huge Tom Clancy fanboy, and it pains me that a game with his name on it is failing this way, because it's Tom Clancy. He's gonna rot. He's gonna turn in his grave because something with his name on it is not being viewed very positively, because it's a dead game. And the next update that's coming out for the Division, it doesn't even help it that much. Yeah, it adds no incursion, but at the same time, it makes the dark zone even worse to be in. Like, right now, the dark zone is kind of barren. Like, you get there's two different kind of people who play Division that go into the dark zone. You have people who go there try to get good gear by going against the NPCs in that area. And then you have the jackasses who just go there for the sole purpose of killing other players. And the new update makes killing other players and stealing their loot an even better incentive. Like, the next update, you can actually cut the rope at attractions to get the loot for yourself. Like, literally, when the chopper comes in and people put their loot onto the rope, you can go up to the rope, cut it off, and all the loot will drop to the ground. Like, that does, to me, it's cool in theory, but it doesn't help the game. Like, it makes people not want to go to the dark zone because there's another chance at a minute to lose a gear. People aren't going to do something that involves them losing their gear. They're not going to like the fact that there's another way for someone to rob them. So I feel like they're making the dark zone even worse. There needs to be legit expansions to this game, like, not just an incursion. There needs to be more missions. There needs to be more things to do in the game. The game is empty. That's why it has fallen off. It's not because the game's bad. It's not because sorry about that. It's not because the game is like terrible in what its gameplay and its mechanics. It's just the fact there's nothing to do. There's no content. You can only do the missions over and over again so many times before you decide, okay, I'm going to go play something else. It's the same thing Destiny went through. You gotta have enough content in these games, and Destiny and the Division should be poster boys for any future developers, any future publishers, any future game that has this idea of making a shooter that's open world, make it as a shooter as MMO kind of style. Make sure that these games have content. because if they don't have content, they're gonna fall off immediately after the story gets beat, immediately after all the missions get beat, immediately after all the incursions get beat, in the raids and the strikes. Once all those are done, once all the dungeons is done, people are not going to play the game. They're going to play something else until the next DLC comes out. They're going to play DLC. They're going back to playing something else. You need to make these games have content. That's the only issue with the Division. It's just that. So where's the Division? Where's the Division gone? It didn't go anywhere. It's just there's no content, so no one plays it. So I think Ubisoft needs to work on that. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a sequel to Division, and when there is, they need to make sure that it has content. Bungie has already came out and said that that Destiny 2 is going to be basically an entirely different game. It's basically going to be a reboot of Destiny. It's still a sequel, but the whole idea behind it is it's going to look like a brand new game, because they're seeing what Destiny's at right now, and then they keep hearing the no content, no content, no content. And they're going to give that game, Destiny 2, content. The same thing with Titanfall. Titanfall doesn't have this lack of content situation, but people hated it because it didn't have a story. That's the first thing. Two, it was exclusive to one console. That's the second thing. The third thing was, after you played it for a while, it was boring. There's nothing else to do because there wasn't a lot of maps. So the next Titanfall is going to have a lot of maps. It's going to have a story. It's going to be on multi platforms. So the developers are capitalizing on the feedback of gamers, and it's a message to gamers saying, hey, if you have an issue with a game, talk about it. They will hear you, and they will fix it if it's constructive. You can't just go, hey, your game sucks, I hate your game. Constructive criticism gets things done. It's if me, guys. Thank you all for watching. Leave thoughts in the comment section below. Peace out.